suffering from success, why Zhang Linghe's alma mater had to turn him down over safety. Picture this, you're so popular that your own school has to quietly drop your name from its anniversary guest list, not because you did anything wrong, but because too many people loving you has become a security risk. That's exactly what happened to Zhang Linghe, and the story behind it is far more interesting than your usual celebrity snub headline. You'd think a hometown hero returning to his old school for its anniversary would be the easiest, warmest story in the world. Alumni comes back, wears the old uniform colors and spirit, poses for photos with the teachers who once scolded him for daydreaming in class. Everybody claps. That's the familiar script everyone expects. But Zhang Linghe's story took a different turn. And the more you sit with it, the more interesting it gets compared to the usual star returns to alma mater write-up. Zhang Linghe is a guy who came up through the acting grind the honest way. No shortcuts, just steady, well-crafted performances and a boy-next-door charm that audiences genuinely responded to. His popularity didn't explode overnight. It built, layer by layer, drama by drama, until he became one of those names that makes people go, "Oh, I know him, he's good." That kind of trajectory earns real goodwill, so naturally, when his school planned its big anniversary celebration, people assumed he'd be on the guest list. Proud alumnus, rising star, perfect photo op for the school too, no? Except the invitation never came, and that silence got tongues wagging faster than any scandal would have. What the school eventually said wasn't some vague PR dodge. It was refreshingly blunt. Security. Not Zhang Linghe is too busy. Not scheduling conflict. Just an honest admission that a regular school campus, built for lessons and ordinary assemblies, was never designed to handle the crowd control nightmare that comes with a genuinely famous face showing up in public. And if you think about it practically, that checks out completely. A concert venue or a brand event can hire barricades, bring in extra security personnel, plan entry and exit routes months in advance. A school can't. It's an open campus, full of students who have nothing to do with the event logistics, and the moment word gets out that a popular actor is physically present, you're looking at fans potentially climbing over gates just to get a glimpse. The school basically looked at that risk and said, "We're not willing to gamble our students' safety for one afternoon of glamour." What's interesting is that this looks like one of those rare cases where an institution chose substance over spectacle and didn't try to dress it up. No corporate spin, no "he declined for personal reasons" cover story. Just, "our campus can't guarantee safety, so we won't invite him." That kind of transparency is honestly underrated in an industry that usually prefers vague statements over blunt truths. There's something almost poetic about Zhang Linghe being kept at a distance from the very place that shaped who he is, precisely because the public loves his career too much. Popularity is usually framed as the reward, the endgame every young performer chases. But stories like this quietly remind us it comes with an invisible price tag too. Privacy shrinks, spontaneity disappears, and even something as simple as walking through your old school hallway becomes a logistical operation instead of a personal moment. What I find genuinely touching is that this isn't the first time Zhang Linghe has tried to reconnect with that part of his life. Reports mention he'd previously slipped back onto campus quietly, without cameras, without fanfare, just as an ordinary visitor soaking in the atmosphere he grew up in. That tells you something about the person behind the fame. He's not chasing headlines about his nostalgia. He genuinely values the memory itself. There's a difference between wanting to be seen returning home and actually wanting to feel like you're home again. And it sounds like he leans toward the latter. What's telling is the audience reaction here wasn't outrage or disappointment directed at anyone. Mostly it was understanding, even a bit of quiet respect for the school's honesty. Netizens who might have expected drama instead found themselves nodding along. Makes sense. Better safe than sorry. Good on the school for not just wanting the publicity. That's a rare, low-conflict outcome for an entertainment story. And honestly, it says something nice about how audiences are maturing too. People are starting to separate an artist's career choices from things genuinely outside their control. Strip away the celebrity angle for a second, and what you're left with is a very human dilemma. Success changes your relationship with the ordinary things you used to take for granted. For Zhang Linghe, that means his own school anniversary. Something classmates who never became famous get to enjoy without a second thought becomes something he has to sit out of, not by choice, but by consequence. It's not tragic. It's not a controversy either. It's just one of those small, honest snapshots of what fame actually costs versus what it gives. And maybe that's exactly why this story resonated the way it did. No villain, no scandal, just two parties. A school protecting its students. An actor accepting a limitation he can't fight, making a reasonable call together, quietly, without needing an argument to get there. Sometimes the most human stories in entertainment aren't the loud ones. They're the small, practical compromises nobody planned for, but everyone, in the end, understands.